Last night I was up I got up about 3, 4 this morning, and when I got up about 3 or 4 this morning, the lights were flickering on and off, and when I looked outside, the winds, I could hear the winds whistling. I hear the winds whistling, and I could see a lot of the leaves from the rain and the wind being tossed, and trees being knocked down, and all this was going on. And last night it was rough. It was rough. The wind, the storm, you know how bad it was going to get, but it stayed consistent for a while. But when I woke up this morning, I noticed and I realized that it's almost like it never happened. I mean, even right now, it's interesting because as how cloudy it was and how dark it was, but now when I look up in the sky is clear, very clear. And not too long ago, probably about 15, 20 minutes ago, God spoke to my spirit. He spoke to my spirit for somebody. He spoke to my spirit for you. He spoke to my spirit for some man. He spoke to my spirit for some woman, some boy, some girl, some situation. And it's interesting because the thing about a storm, you cannot predict exactly how bad or how forceful it's going to hit, but you can only guess. But when it does hit, if you're not in position, that storm, that rain you're going to get caught in it. But it's interesting what God spoke to my spirit probably about 30 minutes ago. With all the storm and with all that unpredictable stuff, he told me that the storm is over. Some of you just listen to me. Just like last night was rough. Just like last night, the leaves and the wind, and you know, I was in my office, and in my office it was blowing so, and I'm like saying to myself, maybe I need to go from my office and be close to my wife and my kids, because just in case the winds come, I want to be separated. And so I decided to and go and get in the bed or get in the room with my wife. And the storm rocked, and the storm went, and all of that. But then this morning, the storm was over. And so the thing about it, with the storm, each storm has a certain expiration date. There's a certain time period. There's a certain time period. Even when they see them off in the Gulf or off in the ocean, and they see them coming, and the meteorologists and the weather people, they're going to guess where it's going to get to shore by this time. Or by this time, it's going to touch by a certain time. But then after this time, it's going to be here. At this time, it's going to be there. And so at every point of a storm, that storm has a certain time that it's going to be in a certain place, then it's going to leave. And so this is what happened in your last night. In your last night, see, your last night might have been a year. Your last night might have been 20 years. Your last night might have been the very last night. Your last night been pretty much all your life. Your last night might have been when the first time you was betrayed, or when you was rejected as a child. Whatever your last night was your storm was, or wherever, or however it lasted, you need to know that God said your storm is over. Your storm is over. Your storm is over. The thing that's been banging, the winds that's been blowing and trying to knock you down, the winds that's been trying to make you afraid, that kind of wind, that storming wind, that wind that's so troublesome, you don't know if that same wind is going to fall on you. And see, one of the things that we did, also, we moved our cars. Me and my wife, we moved our cars away from the trees, just in case if a strong wind blow, we don't trust that tree, just in case that tree won't hit our car. And so this is what God is doing to some of you that listen to me. And see what God is doing to some of you. God is causing you, and God is speaking to you to move at the exact time that you can miss the storm. And see, some of you, God is bringing you out the storm. Some of you, God is bringing you out the storm. But then there's others God is causing you to miss the storm. God is causing you to bypass the storm. And so God says, your storm is over. It's over, it's over, it's over. God bless you.